Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Darren and welcome to my first stitch with me of this week. Hopefully the first. Hopefully I can get two done. So if you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you're a returning viewer, then thank you very much for returning. As you can see, today we're going to be working on my supersized tiger family of the jungle. Get some more of this work done on here. Now I do apologise if you can hear strimmers and lawnmowers in the background. Everybody and anybody's doing the garden because it's a nice day and tomorrow's going to be even hotter. So it's Sunday the 1st of August today. So let's get into it, shall we? So let's zoom you in. I'm hoping you can see where I am. Yeah, you can. Good. So I hope everybody is well and having a good, or had a good weekend, should I say, and having a good week. As you know, we are in a 3-day snap lockdown in Queensland at the moment. We've had a couple of cases of the... I'll just put them in the completely wrong spot. Good start. We've had a couple of cases of the new Delta variant. I think there's like 6 cases or something like that. So we are in a 3-day snap lockdown. The joys. So that means we're not allowed to leave home except for essential reasons, i.e. going to work. We got an email from work saying that we are essential and we have to go to work and that we have to wear masks. So I don't know how that's going to work at work since it's quite a physical job, and as far as I'm aware you don't have to wear a mask if you're doing any form of physical exercise. So, mind you, I am exempt from wearing a mask because I have asthma. But whether work's easy like that, who knows? I haven't got a certificate from the doctors. It's just on the general Queensland Health page. Saying if you have asthma, you do not need to wear one, or if you've got any breathing difficulties. I do try to wear a mask, but I can tolerate one for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum, and then I just can't breathe. I have to take the thing off. So we'll see how that goes at work. So we'll see also how long the snap lockdown lasts. It's only meant to be until Tuesday night, but everybody has a funny feeling that will be extended. I'm saying we've done well over in Queensland. We've not really had the Delta strain. It's always been mainly the Alpha strain, but someone managed to catch the Delta strain and it's gone through their whole family. So I think it's like either 6 or 9 cases of it. So, but New South Wales, they had 1 case, and within 38 days they now have over 3,000 cases of the Delta. So it does move pretty quick. So I was hoping we were going to be locked down and we weren't allowed to go to work, but nope. According to a HR person, we are classed as essential workers. I don't know how you work that out. Just cutting timber is not essential, but apparently we are. So I have a couple of questions. Obviously it's been about 2 weeks, I think, since I did my last stitch with me. So I have a couple of questions to answer for you. So I will go through and answer those. So I don't know how long this one's going to be, because obviously doing 2, it may only be about 45 minutes, I think. But we'll see how we go. So the first question is from Nothing But String on Etsy. It says, I'm such a fast stitcher, how do you manage it with all the confetti? There are days when I stitch for 7 hours, and due to the confetti I can't get more than 200 to 300 stitches. What's your secret? I don't really have a secret. I just stitch. I guess the confetti in that I don't do one at a time. So I mean, so as you can see here, this is quite confetti heavy. So all these are different colours. So I generally pick one colour and then stitch all those ones, and then come back pick the next colour, stitch all those ones. I mean, some people will, like, it depends how you're doing it, I suppose. Some people will stitch like that stitch and then change colour and stitch that stitch. That's a tongue twister. So it just depends on how you actually stitch. So me, like I say, I generally just pick a colour and I'll either carry on until the string runs out, or complete all of that colour, just depending on how many colours there are of that stitch. So I hope that answers your question there. I hope. And as someone did ask for me to mention stats with regards to my projects. So this is on 25 count easy guide. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. The total amount of stitches in this piece is 727,272 stitches. So far I've done 83,994 stitches and I'm at 11.55%. So there's the stats on that one. Next question. So this one is from Occam, OCCAM. I hope I'm saying that right. It's like, do you like AFL football? If so, what is your favourite team? So the answer to that is no. I'm not a big football fan. I'm not a big rugby fan. Where am I at? Wrong spot. So yeah, no, I'm not an AFL fan, unfortunately. I'm not one for really sports. When I was younger, I used to watch Wimbledon with my mum. But I don't really do that much nowadays either. Olympics, I'll watch the Olympics if they're on the TV, if it's like swimming or track and field. I'm not into all the like shooting and football and everything like that. So I'm not into all those on the Olympics. So I just watch the parts that I want to watch. So yeah, no, I'm not a big sporty person. So no, I don't have a favourite AFL team. Ooh, silence. Shane is also cutting our grass as well, because all the neighbours are cutting theirs. So, this is very choppy today. It means he keeps walking in and out. And if for some reason parts of it stop suddenly and get removed, that's because Shane's a swearer. He likes to swear. Especially when he can't get the mower started or anything like that. So yeah, so if you hear him, hopefully you won't hear him swear. But just in case I miss one, you may hear the odd swear word coming out from outside. And that'll be Shane. Excuse me. Finding the next questions. So what is the case? Because the questions are so far apart, I always take screenshots of them. But then also I have to take screenshots of my projects I'm working on, so I can show you where I started from on that week. So they're all mixed in. Lisa asked, Lisa Booth asked if I could do this one as a stitch with me. So here you go, Lisa, this one's for you. hoping you can see this again. I've got the phone on my stand. I can't see the top part of the screen, so I'm hoping I'm in shot for you. Right, so the next one is from Jodie. She's becoming a bit of a popular person on my Stitch with Me's. As I say, anyone any questions at all, then feel free. I'm just going to read through the... How do you decide when you're going to be doing the parking method or parking method cross country or just cross country? While you finish your floss but not parking, like on the project today. So that one must have been the mammal cell that I'm doing. So it just depends on the project. Most of my projects have park threads on them. Because I don't mind parking. I know some people find it really complicated and hard to do. I find it quite easy, so I don't mind parking at all. Now, it just depends on, for example, the last Stitch with Me I did, which was the North American mammals. That one, the colours I were using, that was it, that was there, and the next time that colour was used was miles and miles away. So that's why there was no part threads on that one, they were just ended. Sometimes if it comes towards the, say I finished doing all the stitches in one colour, and there are some more near there, but I've only got enough floss for, say, 3 or 4 more stitches, I'll just end the thread. If I've got plenty of thread left over, then I'll park it. How that makes sense. So like on the Tiger family one, because a lot of this one is confetti, and it's only like a couple of stitches here and a couple of stitches there, and that's why this one gets a lot of parked threads on it, because it's just easier for me to do that way than end the thread and then put it back on my bobbin and then take it back off again when I need it again. So if it's not too far away, I'll park it. If it's too far away, like for example, if I'm stitching here and my next one is like way over here, I'll end that one, I won't park that one. So it just depends, again, how far away it is and how many stitches to that one there is. Sometimes I'll finish a colour in one page, and then the next spot to park it is only like that one stitch in that one page. Then I'll stitch that one and then end the thread. So yeah, so that's why on some of mine you'll see park threads, some of them you won't. It just depends on where the next stitch is and how much floss I've got left on my needle. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes trying to explain how your mind works is quite scary. And then hoping that other people understand what you mean. Because to you it sounds good, but to other people it might sound like gobbledygooch, and you're like, what the heck are they talking about? So, but I hope that made sense, Jodie, as to why some of mine have park threads and some of them don't. Right, who we got next? This is from Patty. I wanted to know an update on my mum, because I've not mentioned anything about my mum for a while. So, mum is doing good. I found her up last night. She did have another fall. She tripped over the dog, but she didn't hurt herself this time, which is good. So yeah, the dog just got under her feet and she tripped over her. Other than that, she's doing okay. She has physio on the 9th of August, I believe it is. And they're going to see if they can sort out why she's going dizzy. They think her eyes and her ears need aligning. Now, as I mentioned this to someone before, I don't know how the heck they align your ears through physio. But yes, so she's having her eyes and her ears aligned. Now, they couldn't get her in at the normal NHS hospital at home, so she's had to pay private to see someone. But my mum said, like she said, if it's going to work, she doesn't mind paying. So my brother booked it all in for it. So fingers crossed it works. But she said, like, she's not been too bad with the dizzy spells just lately, so she's hoping it doesn't make it worse. But we will see. But other than that, yeah, she's doing okay. She still can't get into a dentist to get her teeth fixed. No dentists over in the UK at the moment, where she lives, are taking on NHS patients. So she can't get it. I don't know if you remember, a while ago she had a fall and she knocked 2 of her teeth out. So they need sorting still, but she can't get into a dentist to do it. The hospital can't see her to do it. So yeah, so she's still trying to get her teeth sorted out. So I don't know whether it's because of the lockdown that no dentists are opening up or what, I don't know. So there is a number that you can call over in the UK to try and find a dentist, but even they said that there's no dentists around, because obviously my mum needs one as well that's accessible for wheelchairs, and that doesn't seem to be a lot. Now, another dentist I used to go to, my twin brother actually goes there as well. That one has a ramp, but they're not taking anyone on at the moment, so she can't get in there. Dentist she used to go to, she can't go to that one because that one you've got to go upstairs, so they have no ramp or lift or anything like that, so she can't get in that one. But yeah, she's getting there slowly. I think she does get a little bit confused at times though. She went to get her eyes checked the other week to see if that was anything to do with her going dizzy, and as I mentioned before, she had splinters in her eyes where the veins are splintering off and making new veins or something. So she said the optician said everything was fine, she didn't need new glasses, and then the following week she said she's got new glasses, and I was like, what? So I think she's getting a little bit confused as well, bless her. So yeah, so she's now got new glasses for both reading and long distance. So she says they seem to be helping as well, so I don't know if it's to do with her eyes why she keeps going dizzy, but we'll soon find out if the physios can do anything. So yeah, so sometimes it can be a bit confusing speaking with mum, because she'll tell you one thing and then the following week she tells you something completely different, and you're like, well, which is the right one? So then I've got to ask my brother which is right, so then I know what's actually going off with her. And my twin brother's the one who looks after my mum. He lives at my house with her, and he went away for I think it was 6 days just to get a break, because he's been looking after my mum since she come out of hospital. So my elder brother then had to come down and look after her, and I thought that would be fun, because my other brother's not a real person to look after somebody. And my mum was dreading it. Anyway, apparently it turned out it went alright, she says, when I saw him, because he would go to work and then come home. But obviously he's got his own house, so he'd have to go and check on his house first and then come down to mine. And so he would turn up about 8 o'clock at night, stay the night, and I'd wake my mum up in the morning to tell her that he was going, just so that she knew he'd gone. So, well, apparently it went well. She was hoping to have someone to talk with, but obviously he was at work, so that can't be helped. But now, obviously, my twin brother's back at home. He's had his break. He goes away again next Saturday for 1 day, off to Scotland for something or other. Don't know what. But, she'll be alright on her own for the 1 day. So yeah, so that's the update on my mum. So far she's doing good. Just going a little bit cuckoo, I think. Right. The next one's from Angela. Who asked, is there a national health service in Australia, or is it like America? Having to pay medical insurance. So, over here, they call, well, I wouldn't say it's like a national health. It's not like the UK National Health Service. They have something called Medicare, which means that you basically don't have to pay for your medical treatment, but you've got to go to a place that says it is bulk billed. If it's bulk billed, then you don't pay. It means that they claim through your Medicare. If it isn't bulk billed, then you may have to pay something. A lot of places, though, are trying to get people to take on private health cover. But the thing is, when you have private health cover, you have to wait so long before you can claim. And then I don't even think they pay the whole amount. I'm not sure, I've not looked into it, but I don't think they pay the whole amount. Sometimes you may have so much to pay up front first before you can claim anything back, or they will pay like 50%, or I'm not 100% sure how it works. I've not looked into it. But yeah. But if you had private medical cover, then you can get in anywhere as fast as you want to. It's like with me, with my ears, etc. If I had private health cover, I'd have probably been seen by now. Same with my issue with my brain. I'd have probably been seen by now, but because I'm going through the public health system, I have to sit and wait. But never mind, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how it works in America. I'm assuming they have the same. They have to have health cover, otherwise they don't get seen. From what I've seen on TV shows and stuff like that. But like I say again, some things over here with the health, even when you take out private health cover, don't pay for stuff. It's like there was something on the news about someone who needed chemo, and their health cover doesn't cover it, so they had to fork out, I think it was $20,000 to get chemo. I think it was 20,000, could have been 50,000, I can't remember now. But yeah, they had to fork out a lot to get chemo, which is wrong when it's a life-saving thing. So that's one thing I like about the UK. You don't pay for stuff like that, it's all included. Mind you, in the UK, you get money taken out of your wages each week, which covers your health care. So you have your national insurance, so that covers all your healthcare stuff. Yeah, you still have to pay for some things like dentists and stuff like that, but you don't pay ridiculous prices. It's pretty reasonable prices. Yeah. Right, next question. So the next one's from Laurie. This is from last Stitch With Me I did when I mentioned about doing more than one. And there seems to be a consensus on these that everyone likes listening to my voice. Apparently it's so soothing and calming. So I don't know where you guys get that from. Well, thank you anyway for the kind words. So yeah, Laurie wants to know, how do I kit my projects? Do I bobinate, floss cards, thread drops, baggies, etc.? So when I first started out, so with this project and Mini Deer Creek, this one was all bobinated, so 240 colours, all bobinated. That took a while. Mini Deer Creek, I put on the cheap version of the Payco thread organisers. Well, I completely messed up when I cut the thread for that one. Instead of just doing like the odd couple of strands, I did the whole skein on it. Nowadays, I seem to go towards thread drops, so everything's on thread drops nowadays. But I don't actually have everything in individual kits, if you like. I've just got 2 great big bags full of thread drops with floss on it that I use for most projects. I have got all the threads for Sunset Koala and for Native Wolf, so those are all fully kitted up. But they're the only 2. Oh no, and Magical Moment in Time. Sorry about the quick interruption there. Thought you shouldn't be in and out. I'm getting him, causing me a pathway. I have to check the. I have to check the power box because I have to read the meter. But where the power box is in the paddock, and the grass is getting awfully long. There's loads of prickles. So last time I walked down there, I walked back in with loads of these seeds attached to my socks and my trousers. And that's really spiky too. So I'm going to cut me a stripper down to there. So we're off doing that now. So yes, back to what I was saying. So yes, 9 out of 10, I put everything on thread drops now. I'm not overly interested about the baggies as such. I've seen a couple of people, and it probably does come in handy because you can have them all in like your number groups, like your 100s and stuff like that, which is how I got some of mine from JK's. She sorted them out all into different bags, so like the 100s, 200s, etc., which is quite easy, good when you're looking for just a specific colour. But with mine, I have them on thread drops and ones that I've made myself. So they're just on the little rings, so I can just go through and all in numerical order. So it makes it easy enough for me. Eventually I will get every single kit kitted up, but then I'll probably end up with shed loads of floss left over. But hey, at least it's spare for another project. Next question. Oh, this one I've just got to mention because it was funny. If you remember in one of my videos I mentioned about the foxes screaming. So this one is from Helen, and it reminds her of a time 4 years ago. She woke up and she heard a baby crying outside the window. So she woke the hubby up and saying that someone's dumped a baby in the yard, and so she was like, who would do such a thing? So sent her hubby out and they were checking to find this baby. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Went outside and it wasn't a baby, it was a cat singing outside the window. So I just had to share that one. That was so funny. Sorry, Alan, but it was. I don't think I'd have been the same. I was like, what the hell? What's going off? And sorry about the motorbike going past. Say we're on lockdown and you're only meant to leave the house for essential reasons, and there's still a lot of cars going around. So next one's from Susan, who asked at work, do I use a chop saw or a bandsaw? No idea. My saw is an automatic saw. So you just feed the wood in and it cuts it. But it's also the slowest saw there. The other guys, their saws are completely different to mine. Where am I? There. Yeah, theirs is completely different to mine. Theirs is manually cut, so they push the wood in and then press the button and he cuts it. So I have no idea what kind of saws they're called. But yeah, mine's an automatic one. It's absolutely rubbish. They've been getting rid of it ever since I started there, and I've been there now 2 years, and it's still there because no one will buy it because they all know how rubbish they are. So one day I may get a new saw, and it'll probably be the day I decide to leave that I'll get a new saw put in, which is generally the case. Ba, 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 ba. Next one's from Kelly. When I was asking for more content stuff, maybe try your hand at dyeing some fabrics. Yeah, no, that will not go down well at all. And she also said, for a rotation, I could count my whips and divide it by 4, and then have X amount to work on each week, as well as my focal piece, which is this one. Work out if you want to work on one whip a day, etc. That way all your whips will get worked on in 1 month. So yeah, that's a good idea. But as you know, I don't get much time for stitching. So trying to cram more than one whip in a day during the week would be too hard. I suppose when doing the 30-day challenge with the cross stitch studio, I mean, that one was alright because it was like just stitch on for 30 minutes, then switch it out to your next whip, and then I've got like an hour and a half, 2 hours maximum on that new piece. But yeah, trying to do more than one whip a day would be a bit hard. The only time I could do that would be weekend, but my weekend is for this bit project. So next one's from Stacey, who asked what's my favourite fabric. She mostly likes linen. So mine obviously has to be even weave. I seem to go on best with that, and that's what all this stuff is. This is all even weave. I think it's classed as Lugana even weave, I think. That's my favourite fabric. To be fair, the couple of pieces of linen that I've been working on don't seem too bad, except for the fact that it's not even, and you get bits where you've got really thin line, and sometimes where you've got really chunky ones, or you've got a, what do you call them? I don't know if it's a spur or blob or whatever you call it in the middle. They kind of make it a bit hard to work on. But yeah, I'm gonna say, maybe I've got some. I don't mind working on haed either. Haed's alright, but that's classed as even weave as well, because even weave just means that it's got the same amount of strands going up and across, which makes it even. So haed is actually classed as an even weave. I found that from yes, Karen, the needlebug. She mentioned that. So yeah, so if most fabrics are classed as an even weave because they have the same amount of threads going that way as they do that way. So linen is like one of the exceptions that's not. Missed that one. And also, apparently koalas have a horrible screaming noise too. I've never heard a koala scream. It's one thing I don't see around where I live. Koalas. I've never seen one in the wild. I've only ever seen them in the parks. Well, zoos. I've never actually seen them in the wild. Sherry asked if I could do a tour of the Queenslander, since most of you have never seen one. So I may do that one later on in the week. I did say it would mean I'd obviously have to clean, take away from stitching. Now, the house isn't that bad, just organised chaos. So yeah, at some point I'll do a view of the Queenslander for you, so you can all see what one looks like. A view of my stitchy spot. So yeah, again, I'll do a view of my stitchy spot. Mind you, you see it anyway, because it's what I am in my video whenever I do my normal updates. So they're my stitchy spot there. I'm gonna have to find out how long I've been stitching for, because I don't know. So Sue said, what about making one of those live stitch with me's? So that is something that I probably could do at some point. I'd need to work out how to do it though, because obviously you've got to have, I think, 2 systems set up or something like that in order to do a live stitch with me. So I'll have to look into that one. But yeah, that is a possibility of something I may do in the future. But then again, I've got to pick the right time so you guys can get on and watch it. Otherwise I'll be talking to myself anyway, like I am now. So let me just check, see how long I've been recording for. It won't be a moment. Sorry about that. So yeah, so I've been stitching about nearly 40 minutes. So I may end this one here then, because obviously I've got another one to do, and I've got some more questions for that one, so that's even better. I'll just quickly answer this one from Jodie again, who said that I said in one of my videos that I don't discuss politics or religion. I'm not a religious person. I don't do politics. So she says, if it bothers me, people mentioning, like, when people say, like, you do my prayers and stuff like that, then they'll not do it no more. Now, I'm not going to say what you can and cannot post and comments. If you are religious and you want to send prayers, that's completely up to you. If you want to say anything else religious or anything like that, when your comments to me, that doesn't bother me at all. All I'm saying is, on my channel, I will not get into debates with regards to politics or religion. So I'm not stopping people from sending prayers and stuff like that, or saying that I'm in your thoughts, or so that doesn't bother me at all. So if you want to continue doing that, that is fine by me. All I'm saying is, for questions and stuff like that, just don't ask any questions with regards to religion or politics, because I won't answer them, because I don't do that kind of stuff. So right, so on that note, I'm going to leave it there then. So it's probably about a 45 minute video, this one. It might be a bit shorter once I've gone through and edited stuff out. So I hope you've enjoyed. So on this one, I got a total of 104 stitches in on this session. Mainly all in confetti, but it is getting there slowly. So again, zoom out so you can see him. So again, any questions, comments, please feel free to drop those down below. Again, you can always email me. My email address is dizzystitcher@gmail.com, or I'm on Instagram on the Dizzy Stitcher, so you can message me on there. As I say, I did have a problem with regards to my emails where they were all going to junk for some reason. So I will go through and answer those ones. Probably later on today, I'll go through and start answering those ones. So this one will hopefully be up on Tuesday, and then I will do another Stitch with Me, which will go on probably Thursday, and then kind of spreads it out a little bit. So again, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great stitchy week, or crafty week. I hope you get some nice weather. So we're due for a heat wave tomorrow. We're meant to be up to 30 degrees. It's 27 today, so which is a bit strange for winter. So yeah, it's going to be a nice and warm one. So, but again, any questions, comments, please feel free to drop those down below. And until my next Stitch with Me or my next update, take care, happy stitching, happy crafting, stay safe, and I will catch you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.